Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in for another weekly reading. This week I am using the classic Rider-Waite. I've got to tell you, I've always loved the Rider-Waite deck, but I've got a whole new appreciation for it. I've been using it for my daily draws and it is just so incredible. I just love this deck, you know, and glad to be using it. So let me just give the cards another quick shuffle and I will do my 3-card draw. Each card will represent respectively work, love, relationships, and health in that order. So I'm just going to give them another quick toss and we'll see what's in the offing for the coming week. Hope you guys are all doing well. Okay. So, all right. So let me just... So the card for work will be this card. Card for love relationship. Will be this card. And card for health. Whoops. Maybe it should be this one. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. Let me keep going here. If it were just the one card, I would have used that one, but it was 2, so. Okay. So card for health for the coming week is this card. Okay. Alright, let me get my handy dandy stand. Probably have to move this back a little bit. Alright, so our card for work for the upcoming week is the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I gotta move this back a little more. Alright, so there he is, the King of Swords in reverse. So let me put him upright and talk about him in his upright position. So the King of Swords is somebody who is at the top of his game. This is somebody who is an intellectual, somebody who is very smart, very logical, very down to earth, very rational, very emotion. He knows how to separate emotion from the facts. He is a very factual person. This is somebody who could be in an occupation like a job, like a judge, like a lawyer, a philosopher, a professor, somebody who deals with facts, somebody who is very well educated, not necessarily you know, college educated. It doesn't have to be. This could be somebody who's just naturally very smart, very intelligent. And he knows how to cut through the bullshit. He's got his sword there. This guy's at the top of his game. Nobody can mess with this guy. Nobody can out-argue him. Nobody can out-talk him. He is, you know, he's the best. He is at the top of his game. Okay, so this card we got is reversed. So when we see a court card, this can indicate somebody else or it can be an aspect of yourself. So as regards to work, this could be telling you that you could be encountering somebody like this week in your work life who is very much in charge, somebody who is very authoritative, somebody who is very you know, maybe comes off kind of cold and not very friendly, but somebody who's definitely very smart and very accomplished, very intelligent. But this person is using their abilities, their mental abilities, for a negative purpose. So you could get somebody who's kind of steamrolling over you this week. Or this could be an aspect of you. You could be doing this in your work life to somebody else, or you could be acting this way. Let me just take another look at this card here and see what's coming to me. Okay, so this guy, rather than using his knowledge and rather using his intelligence for the good, he's using it in a negative way. He's using it maybe to intimidate somebody or to make somebody feel bad, to embarrass somebody or make somebody feel that they're not intelligent. He's insulting. He's cruel. He's He's got a big mouth, you know, he offends a lot of people. So be careful with your words this week. Be careful that you don't offend people. It's fine to state your opinion, and especially at work, you want to watch what you say, because if you say the wrong thing, it can cause a lot of problems, with your job. So, you know, be mindful. Don't lose your temper. If somebody like this is testing you this week, if it's your boss, perhaps this could be your boss, if he's really talking down to you and making you feel like crap, pick your battles, okay? If this is a person who is chronically doing this to you, then it's definitely something you need to seek a remedy for. Go one step higher. Talk to his boss about his behavior and, you know, see what you can do about it, okay? Because there's no way, you shouldn't have to put up with abuse or anything like that on the job. You shouldn't have to put up with abuse anywhere in your life, but especially on the job. You don't want to be going to work every day and have to put up with somebody like this, okay? So if there's a remedy that you can take to counter what this guy is doing, then definitely do that. But again, another thing I'm getting from this is be very careful with how you come off to other people. Be very careful that you don't come off as arrogant, as rude, as cruel, as big-mouthed, as loud-mouthed, like a know-it-all. You know, this is somebody who can come off like a real know-it-all. Watch yourself. Watch your conduct at work this week, because it could cause you a lot of problems in the future and in the present, okay? So that's it for now. We'll probably come back to this when I recap. I know we'll come back to it when I recap. Okay, so love relationship. We got the Hermit. Very interesting. And this is a major arcana card. So this is indicating some major energy that's going on in your life right now. And the Hermit is all about retreating. The Hermit is all about solitude. It's about retreating to a place for yourself where you can reflect on your life, on what's going on. And since this card came up in the love relationship area, it's suggesting that you need to reflect on what's going on in your love life right now. Whether you are coupled, whether you are in a relationship with somebody, or whether you are single, okay? So the Hermit is also shining light. He shines light on the situation. He's a very wise person. This could also indicate somebody else. This could indicate a very influential, and again, a very wise person. Somebody who's very, not only smart, not only intelligent, but also very intuitive and very much in tune with feelings and with the world around him and the feelings of other people. He's very empathetic, very empathic person, okay? So this could be somebody in your life who is giving you some guidance or giving you some support, and this card is telling you you need to listen to that person, because this person is very wise. This person is giving you good advice. This person has been there. This person has experienced similar things, and they're giving you the benefit of their knowledge. They are teaching you, okay? They are guiding you. They're trying to guide you. Okay. But this card is definitely telling you that you need to reflect on something in your love life this week. So if there's been stuff going on in your relationship that's been bothering you, that's been causing problems, if there's been a lot of arguing going on, you definitely need to take a step back. You need to retreat. Don't engage in any more arguing. Just reflect. Reflect on what's going on. And ask yourself if this can be remedied, or if it cannot be remedied, okay? Yeah, it's very important to be able to know the difference, okay? If this is somebody you want to be with, long term, then you need to be realistic, and you need to look at all the aspects of the situation and be honest with yourself and ask yourself important questions. Is this relationship worth being in? Does this relationship make me happy? Is this relationship fostering my growth? If not, you may need to think about getting out of that relationship. And if you're single, it's also telling you to reflect. And you could ask yourself questions like, what kind of a relationship am I looking for? What kind of a person am I looking for? What happened in my last relationship that taught me something that I can now apply to my future relationships? What did I learn from my past relationships? Okay. So this is a very quiet, calm, peaceful card. It's about reflecting. It's about meditating. Can very often be about meditation. Okay, so you need to think about your love and relationships this week, whether you are in a relationship or whether you are not, whether you're single, okay? This card is telling you to think. Think hard and think long, and don't make it a stressful thing. Just make it an investigative thing, an inner quest, okay? So that is love relationships for this week. And for health, we got the devil. Okay, wow. So we got 2 major arcana this week. There's a lot of major energy going on for us this week. And the devil, I think, didn't we, if I'm not mistaken, I think we got him reversed recently. Maybe even last week. No, not last. Well, anyway, recently I think he came up reversed for us, but this time he's in the upright. Okay, so the devil is very often about addiction. Okay, it's also about feeling like you're helpless. Excuse me. Let me take a sip of my drink here for a moment. So the devil is about feeling like you're helpless. Again, I'm going back to this King of Swords guy because see how these 2 people are chained to the devil's pedestal and he's just kind of looming over them like he's got complete control over them. You may feel when this card comes up that there's something in your life that you have no control over. It could be an addiction. It could be, it could be addiction to alcohol, could be addiction to drugs, could be an addiction to food, could be an addiction to a person who treats you badly, could be an addiction to gambling, any kind of addiction, okay? Anything that makes you feel like, you're helpless when that urge comes over you, like, oh God, I need a drink, I need a drug, I need to go have sex with, whoever. I need to see this person. I need to be with this person. I can't live without them. Feeling like you're chained and like you're under the control of somebody or something else. And I'm looking at this King of Swords guy and, he's definitely somebody, the kind of person of a stature who could have this control over you if you allow it. Okay. But the thing about the devil card is that you can extricate yourself from this feeling. You can extricate yourself from this feeling like you are bound to something else. So, as regarding health, you could be feeling like you have an addiction that's really, really interfering with your health, with your positive well-being. Okay, so whether that, like I said, if it's drinking, if it's drugs, if it's like sex, food, whether you're eating foods that are bad for you, but you just can't help it. You're addicted to junk food or whatever it is. You're feeling like you have no control over it. And that is not the truth. You have total control. These people, you see the chains on their necks, they're very, very loose. If they wanted to, they could simply reach up and lift them over their heads and walk away. But they are choosing to stay bound to this devil for whatever reason. Either because they feel like they don't have the strength, they don't have the wherewithal to extricate themselves from this. That could be one of the reasons. And also they could be enjoying their addiction. They could really, really be enjoying the addiction. So you need to be honest with yourself, okay? If you're having some kind of an addiction that's interfering with your health, is it something that you really want to get out of your life? Or is it something that you really enjoy that you want to just, you just want to indulge yourself in, okay? Because until you get out of that pattern, until you're ready to change, you won't. You just won't have that strength. You have to be serious about it, and you have to be very, it takes a certain amount of, oh God, what's the word? Not diligence. Well, anyway, it takes a certain amount of effort, okay? A concerted effort to rid yourself of bad habits. Okay. So you need to be in that headspace in order to do it. If you're not, then, you really need to reflect. Again, this Hermit card, reflect on what's going on. And ask yourself why you have this addiction, why you feel so out of control, why you feel like, you can't rid yourself of this addiction, because it's serving a purpose. That addiction is serving a purpose in your life, whether you know it or not. And it might not be for the reasons you think. It's never as simple as just, oh, I love the taste of this food, or I love the taste of this drink, or, I love the feeling this drug gives me. It's not as simple as that. It goes very, very deep, and it's buried in your unconscious, and you need to really be ready to face that stuff, your shadow side, and deal with it, okay, in order to rid yourself of it, because it is, it's going to cause you problems. If you stay in this mindset, it's not going to bring anything good from it, okay? So let me just check all these 3 out together and see if there's anything else that comes to me. I'll zoom in a little bit more here so you can see these better. Another thing I'm getting with this Devil card right next to the Hermit in love and relationship is you could feel that you're addicted to a person very much. And I spoke about this with the Devil card. So you need to be honest with yourself. You need to ask yourself if you're staying in a relationship with somebody just because you feel like you're addicted to them. You feel like you can't live without them, like you need them in your life. Otherwise you won't be complete. You won't be whole, which is totally bogus. We are all whole on our own. Whether we're with or without, or whether we're with somebody in a relationship, or whether we are single, you are a whole person as you are, just as you are as a person. You do not need another person to make you whole. And when you get into this mindset, you feel like you need this person, but you really don't. You really don't. So this Hermit card, I see benefiting us in both these areas because it's all about reflection and it's all about honesty. And it's all about reflecting on your personal journey thus far and seeing what you have learned. What have you learned in your work life? What have you learned about how you should be treated, how you should interact with other people, the kind of money that you should be earning, you know, the respect that you should be getting as a human being on the job, okay? What have you learned from the jobs that you've had and the job that you're currently in? And if these things don't conform with the way you want them to be, then you need to make changes, okay? So in your work life, you could be encountering somebody, like I said, who's very influential, excuse me, somebody who's very influential, but also uses that influence for a negative purpose. So this is somebody who might lord it over other people, who might treat them very badly. You know, our classic abusive bad boss. Okay, it could be him, or this could be the way that you are acting on the job. Are you behaving in a respectful manner towards other people? Are you being kind? Are you being gentle with your words? Are you watching what you say? Are you thinking about what you say before you say it? Okay. Think about all these things and be very careful with the way you communicate this week because it could cause major problems, okay? In love and relationships, you need to reflect on your relationship. Whether you are in one or whether you are single, you need to look at everything in the relationship, or if you're single, what have you learned? What do you want? Are you getting what you want? Are you happy? What can you do to make things better? And would you be better off out of the relationship? Would you be happier? You need to be honest with yourself and reflect on this. And there could be somebody who's giving you very good advice in this area. Somebody who's been there, somebody who's you know, been there, worn the t-shirt, so to speak. They know what they're talking about. So listen to them. They are very wise and they have a lot to teach you. In the health realm, we have this Devil card. So you could be dealing with feeling like you are addicted to something, like you're out of control, like you are going with your bad habits, like you are fostering your bad habits. You can get out of this, but you need to be honest with yourself. You need to see what you're doing and you need to recognize that it's negative and you need to get yourself away from it. You have the total power. You have the total ability to do it, but you need to be serious about it. You need to be, dedicated, okay? Otherwise, you will just go back and you will revisit the sky over and over again, okay? So if you have an addiction that you feel is interfering with your health, take action. You can get out of that mode, but you need to be serious about it and you need to be dedicated. Okay, guys? So this looks like a very interesting week. I wish you all very well, and thank you very much for tuning in. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have not subbed yet, please do subscribe. And thank you to all my regular subscribers, my regular viewers. I love you guys. You are amazing. And I wish you all a wonderful week. See you next week for another weekly reading. And until then, take care. Love you. Bye for now.